Thank you, Bailey. Now we have Emma Stutts, introduced by Peyton Grande.
Hey. Okay, so if you know Emma, you know that she loves glitter and mermaids and unicorns and aliens, and if you don't know her, that's basically all you need to know. She's like happy 100% of the time, which is honestly the hardest thing to do, especially coming from me. It is extremely hard, and basically the reason she's my best friend is because she laughs at all my jokes, which is great, because all of them are literally just me saying your mom. But Emma's funny too, but not in a way that you're like, haha, funny, but she kind of does some stuff where you're like, did you actually just do that? For example, one time it was monsooning at Baylor, and we were like, let's go to Sonic. So we were driving over by Haywood, and someone texted me and was like, hey, I want to come too. So instead of, leaving Baylor and turning around and coming back in, she said, oh, this is a great idea. Turns left on that huge field that everyone parks on for football games. And I don't know if you've seen that Bob's Burger episode where Tina's like, and she's driving towards that one car in the huge parking lot. But that is literally what happened to us, because we were just sliding towards the only car on the hill. And she was screaming, and I was screaming, and I was like, this is the moment where I'm gonna die. And as we got to the bottom of the hill, the security guard was standing there, and we were like, hey, and he was like, we rolled down our window, and he was like, that was the worst idea I've ever seen. And we were like, I'm so sorry. So basically when we're together, we have probably the worst ideas, and we act like we're 12-year-olds. But I can honestly say with my full heart that you will never meet anyone like Emma Stutts. She's probably the best person I've ever met, along with her parents. Hey, Lynn and Bill. If you don't know her, this speech she's about to make will probably give you a full representation of how she is as a person. Okay, I love you.
Okay, first of all, thanks to P. Grande for that heartwarming introduction. And thank you to all of my guests who have come here to watch me embarrass myself this morning. Also, good job to Bailey for that awesome speech. Okay, so that's my name. Just like every other person who gets up here, I'm going to tell you all the typical, I had no idea what I was going to talk about, but signed up anyway and stressed about what to say line. So while I was stressing about it one day, I asked my good pal John Powell what I should talk about, and he was like, mermaids, obviously. As you can see, John Powell is a genius. Just because I think it's worthwhile to mention, that is a picture I already had of John Powell. I did not make it just for this speech. So any of you who know me know about my extreme love for mermaids, whether it be through my Instagram bio, my tweets, my Instagram captions, or just having a conversation with me. So I thought that I would take JP's advice and give some life lessons based off of mermaids. The first lessons pertain to the Little Mermaid. Number one, it's okay to go after what you want, even if other people don't agree with it or if it seems too difficult to obtain. Ariel's father, her 6 sisters, and Sebastian all told her not to explore near the surface or dream of living with humans. However, Ariel pursued her dream anyways and ultimately got what she wanted. All of you should apply this to your lives and ignore the opinions of people who are blocking your path to success. Go after your goals no matter how crazy they seem. Number 2, your individual voice is extremely important and never forget to use it. Also, don't sell it to an evil sea queen to get legs. Don't put up with anyone robbing you of your valuable input. I believe this is the most important lesson because too many people keep their potential contributions to themselves out of fear of speaking up. Using your voice to describe your beliefs, ideas, or stand up for what is right is vital. Without fearless leaders, the world would lack important progress in areas like human rights, conflict resolution, technology, education, and medicine, among others. Number 3, sometimes Ariel was a little stupid. For example, it would be silly to assume that a man you just met and haven't said a single word to will marry you within 3 days. It was also dumb to want to become a human when you're already a mermaid, because a mermaid is the coolest thing you could possibly be. In addition, Ariel totally could have just written on a piece of paper to Eric, "You're cute and I like you, but I have laryngitis, so let's just pass notes." But instead, she just creepily stared at him. However, it's okay to be stupid sometimes. As P. Grande pointed out, I do stupid things all the time. We all do. But don't worry too much about the little mistakes you make, because the time you spend worrying about them is both fruitless and wasted. Just let the shame go, because embarrassment will only hold you back. Although Ariel was dumb sometimes, she did not stress about her mistakes and instead focused on the larger and more important things, like her family. Next, some lessons from other/all mermaids. The mermaids from both the cartoon and live-action versions of Peter Pan exemplified what it meant to be confident and fierce. I know it's much easier said than done, but we could all learn from the Neverland mermaids and try to increase our confidence. These mermaids are both adored and feared because of their self-assurance and lack of regard for others' opinions. They are individualistic and do not care to let their own personalities shine. The Neverland mermaids are the Beyoncés of the ocean, and you should all be the Beyoncés of your life. Number 5, mermaids are extremely brave. Whether they have to fight sharks, whales, other evil mermaids, humans, or any other foe, they will always rise up to the challenge and fight for themselves and for their friends. Countless times in our lives we will be too scared to approach a challenge, speak our minds, or take advantage of a scary opportunity. However, we should all be like the mermaids in the sense that our fear should not overpower us. It is normal to be scared, but it is how we act when we are scared that defines us. For example, what if Sarah Talley and I were too scared to become lacrosse managers? Then the lacrosse boys would have never been blessed by the best and most humble managers ever, or the super intimidating Anna and Elsa water bottles we got them. Number 6, as I just mentioned, mermaids always defend their mer friends. It is important to love your good friends and be there for them through thick and thin, just like they're there for you. Even if your mer friend asks you to perform cheesy synchronized swimming shows with her, you should do it because she would do the same for you. We should all be willing to metaphorically perform synchronized swimming with our friends. So, although I maintain my position that with modern technology and over 95% of the ocean unexplored, mermaids could totally be or become real, I realize that this makes me sound childish. However, I believe that keeping childlike wonder and imagination as you grow up is vital. Life is just so much more exciting when you are fascinated by everything and continue to imagine things that are magical and wonderful, even if they aren't really there. Life can be hard sometimes, but seeing magic in everything can really help. Therefore, I know that I will continue to believe in aliens and mermaids and fairies and unicorns as long as I live.